Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Story Mode and Kingdom Hearts Key Back Cover, I think is the title. We are going to finish watching this thing today, so just do your best. Do your best to follow along and try to enjoy, because this is very pretty, I must say. Anyway, continue.
Envy, have you learned something?
It seems Ased and Gula's unions are now allied.
So Ased is the traitor after all.
No, I don't believe he is.
Why's that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute. That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No. Please, let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
A few months later, dang.
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but...
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees. Oh.
Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why. I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Envy, you will regret this.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding! I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now then, allow me to tell you about your role. You're going to be Ira's right-hand man.
What? Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Well, Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone, you see. So, just stand by. Don't disappoint.
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Did you want to be leader?
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying.
You really want to be leader, huh?
Well...
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
Then it's settled.
Wait, I agreed that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
But...
In any case, you need to support Ira. We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
Right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Now, shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs. And that is your true role. May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, I said.
It's been over a year since the Master left. It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
And now we're fighting. Okay.
Why do you get in my way?
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance, just like the Master told us to.
Subtle.
You need to come to your senses!
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world.
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
You fool!
Ava, over here!
Envy! Asad! What's going on? I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably. No, that's not true!
Ava, there's no time to lose.
my heart be my guiding key.
Whoa. That escalated. So, by the way, every time we were told days pass, months pass, stuff like that, that's actually real-time true. This browser game was episodic, so like there were new story updates being dropped every month, I think, and that's still the case with the mobile game. So there would be some long stretches in between new bits of story. So if it feels like certain events are moving very quickly, it probably didn't feel that way when you were playing the game. Anyway.
Master. Master?
I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay! Now where... Ah, here it is.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
and what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant.
Way to steal my thunder, show off!
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
I'm sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Boy, kudos to the voice actors throughout this. They're doing some great reads.
Trust no one but myself.
Gula.
Do you want to know what my role is?
Huh?
The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The Master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor, and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor, and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already!
Don't you underestimate me!
Please stop!
You too, huh?
Why? Why did it have to come to this?
Come to finish me off? And make it quick.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much. However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe that Gula was simply carrying out his role. Aset, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
I need to see that lost page.
Why did you tell Ira? It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest Keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea. I apologize. I overstepped.
No. I shouldn't have snapped at you either.
What did Ira want?
I don't know exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes, they were scary. I was worried he'd do something awful. I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
Someone's coming! They're headed straight this way!
Take care of him. Ira? Is something wrong?
I know Gula's here.
What?
Tell me where he is.
But why? What are you going to do?
None of your concern.
Don't.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
I knew it. It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal. It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. My role is to find out who it is. I suspected a Sed and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why! The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But, in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing. Help me with this.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return. But you don't know how summoning Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a reason. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I see. May your heart be your guiding key.
Ghoul is on a mission to collect Lux.
Ah. That explains why Ased and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep. If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, Keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another, which will lead to the Keyblade War.
And what's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Light will expire.
Envy, what are you going to do?
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept. Ava, you do the same. We must delay the inevitable.
Right.
So I'm going to butt in for a second here, because I don't know how easy this is to follow if you have no grounding in the story whatsoever. And I do at least know a few things about the basics of the Kingdom Hearts key story. Lux is light. All of these 5 leaders were ordered to form unions, which is like a big gathering of a whole bunch of Keyblade wielders. So they've all basically been recruiting Keyblade warriors to their side, of which you as the player were one of them. And you are all tasked with going out and gathering Lux or light and collecting it. So when they're here talking about this like escalation and this sort of Cold War that's starting to form, that is what they are referring to. Sorry, again, I don't know how easy this is to follow if you don't know the story it's based on. I'm guessing not super easy, but I do kind of actually like that they are keeping this focused on just these 5 characters and the drama between them, even if you are kind of missing some of the bigger picture plot informing their decisions. Like, you can get enough just from seeing how they interact, which is kind of nice. Anyway, sorry, continue. Whoa.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do? Oh.
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
You really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
I understand. Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams, you are our hope. A war will soon wage. Those who strive to protect the light will turn their weapons on their allies for the sake of loyalty to their own unions. To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you. What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves to the darkness. However, there will be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. When the time comes, and there is war, You mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all your hands, as is the world's light. May your hearts be your guiding key.
The gazing eye? It's not what it's called.
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
No name.
Well, gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact.
Ew!
Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that Keyblade to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies.
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
But I haven't done anything yet.
Good point. Guess you'd better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either. I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that Keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
All right. I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise. But why?
You'll see.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Indeed. Not much of a ending for a movie, I suppose. I guess they're just kind of assuming that you played the game and knew what happened. But yeah. Wow. Congrats, all you voice actors. This was great. I didn't know it was Matt Mercer back there doing Era. That's awesome. Yeah, lots of great voice acting in that. But okay, I'm sure you have some questions. Again, if you don't already know all of this. But don't worry. When we come back tomorrow, I'm going to explain as much of it as I can, as concisely as I can. There are other people who have spent a lot of time trying to explain this, and they've done very good jobs, probably better than I'm going to do. I'm going to try to keep it concise, and I'm going to try to keep it limited just to what I think you're going to need to know going into Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know what's going on in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm a little bit disadvantaged there, but I have some folks who I can kind of check with to make sure that I've got everything that's important. So, Caloguru specifically, and I don't know, maybe some others I'll bounce it off of. That is kind of the story of the Keyblade War. I thought I was actually going to get into it a little bit more, but this is telling the story of Kingdom Hearts Key from a different perspective. Kingdom Hearts Key takes the place from your perspective, one of the Keyblade wielders who joins one of these 5's unions and fights for them. And what this back cover short film basically is like a companion piece giving you a bit more detail on what was happening with the union leaders while you were fighting, and having an incomplete picture and kind of having to guess at all the intrigues that were happening with them. I think a lot of these scenes that we just saw are in that game, but I don't think all of them were. Or obviously, if all of them were, then they weren't rendered so beautifully. That's the other thing that's kind of neat about this. Like, this and the fragmentary passage thing, which we're going to be seeing later, are both in the Unreal Engine prior to Kingdom Hearts 3. So they both kind of function in a production sense as test runs, so Square can kind of figure out the ins and outs of the engine, and the Kingdom Hearts team can learn what they're doing and kind of figure out a whole lot of technical problems on a much smaller scale before they go and take on a full-blown game. And that's kind of cool. Like, strategically, as a business and managing a franchise, that's really smart. Like, don't just dive in and try to make the long-awaited, huge sequel in a series that everyone's waiting for in a new engine on your first try that you're all unfamiliar with. Find some things to practice with first. That's a really good strategy going into this. And I'm excited to see it pay off. I mean, a lot of you have already seen it pay off. I haven't, though, yet. I'm still excited. And I'm curious what's in that box, and I think, like, I'm not gonna have to wait nearly as long as a bunch of you did. Again, assuming that Kingdom Hearts 3 unveils the mystery of what is in that box. And it's interesting, that Keyblade is the one that Xehanort later wields. Lushu has an X in his name, and they're wearing those cloaks, obviously. And I have no idea who the Master's identity is, either, so... many questions. Many questions. Hopefully some of them have answers. And hopefully some of them aren't stupid. You never know with Kingdom Hearts. You never know. I unlocked a theater, though, so that's cool. Really did think there was going to be more to this, like, in terms of ending. Since we're here already, boy, that is a really pretty screen, though. What is this? So, like, are there more details in this? Maybe there are. Let's just read it real fast, because it can't hurt, right? So the Master of Masters, a mysterious man who possesses an eye that can see into the future. He uses that knowledge to write the Book of Prophecies. No one knows whether his mischievous nature is calculated or true. He disappears after bestowing 5 of his 6 apprentices with a copy of the book. So, not a lot of detail, but it does help to at least summarize a bit. Ira, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He's a reliable Keyblade master and leader of the Union Unicornus. The Master often makes fun of his serious nature. His role is to become the new leader of the Foretellers after the Master vanishes. Foretellers is the name of this group of 5, by the way. I don't think they ever said that. Anyway, Invi, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. She's a virtuous Keyblade master and leader of the Union Anguis, I think. She holds the Master in high esteem. Her role is to watch over the others with a fair eye. Ased, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He is a fearless Keyblade master and a leader of the Union Ursus. Though he tends to rely on his physical prowess, he has a pure heart and strong sense of justice. His role is to support their new leader, Ira. Ava, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. Despite being a Keyblade Master, she is often treated as a friend by other wielders due to her age. She is the leader of the Union, Vulpes. Her role is to find exceptional Keyblade wielders, regardless of Union, and create her own organization. And Gula, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He's a cool-headed Keyblade Master and leader of the Union, Leopardus. He prefers to keep his distance from the others and doesn't regard them as comrades. His role is to solve the mysteries of the Book of Prophecies. Lushu, the only one of the Master's disciples who does not receive a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He's bestowed with a Keyblade and a black box before setting out on his journey. A Chirithy, created by the Master to serve the Keyblade wielders. They originally exist as helpful spirits. If their wielder becomes lost to darkness, however, they turn black and become nightmares. Ephemer, a young and outgoing Keyblade wielder. He questions the way the world works and decides to solve its mysteries on his own. We are going to be talking a good deal more about him tomorrow. As well as the Dandelions, Ava's special union for exceptional Keyblade wielders. They are extremely important, and there's a lot more to them than what this movie said. So, more of that to come tomorrow. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching this with me, I guess. It wasn't like I was playing. Anyway, tomorrow, answers to your questions, some of them, hopefully. And after that, we will move on to another actual game, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. Bad title. Anyway, y'all, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.